Welcome everybody to the Wrong Opinion Podcast, where we talk about anime, video games, and movies. Today we are covering manga chapter 989 of One Piece, among other topics. We're going to be doing movies. We're going to be doing a little bit of video game talk. But we're going to start off with the manga and go from there.
So today we're going to start with One Piece, an amazing thing. And of course, Isekai Alex is back. So we're going to go ahead and bring it up.
So let me go back to the beginning of the chapter because I'm stupid. Alright, so Beige's All My Family is still going on. This freaking cover page just won't end.
I don't think it ever will.
I'm assuming that their dad thinks that they have observation hockey if they can see something that tiny of a picture from while he's being shot at in the water while they're like riding away on the boat.
I don't know. They might. I don't know.
I hope Oda just gets it done next chapter because I'm a little tired of this cover story.
I want to go back to Mr. Lightning Man.
Like I like his character and all, Pound, but like it's been too long now. This is like 50 chapters now. This dude's had a cover page.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Can we go back to Eneru? Like see what he's doing on the moon before Kaido blows him up?
Yeah, it looks like he might. Dragon Bream, man.
Alright, well, the manga kicks off with Big Mom on the ground because boss Shogun Frankie ran her over.
Yeah, they did that, and it's... Mama, they're all screaming about it. I love that. Just that simple fact that they're screaming about that because they're scared.
We get acknowledgement that Big Mom acknowledges Brook is not as equal, but like as a potential rival. She talks to him and even acknowledges him as a Soul King, which is pretty cool because she is a soul fruit.
Yo ho ho ho!
Which I have to apologize to my co-host week for saying that Brook is not Yonko level. Well, Big Mom acknowledging him, I'm gonna say that Brook is definitely Yonko level as well as Frankie.
Finally, you got there. Now you acknowledged it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Speaking of Frankie, he stood up to Big Mom, a Yonko.
So I'm loving the fact that Frankie is just showing up, doing things, and he's getting acknowledged about being a boss. I love it.
He's got literal balls of steel, so it doesn't necessarily surprise me, but Frankie definitely has jumped up on my favorite Straw Hat list after that. That was such a ballsy move to just stand up to one of the strongest characters in the entire series.
It is, but I don't know if you're going to notice this, but it does matter. What type of metal is it? Is it steel? Like, it does matter. It very much so matters.
I'm not going to have a discussion about Frankie's balls right now.
You will one day.
But moving on, we got the reveal of the numbers. We finally got to see, I think either all of them or most of them. And we got the reveal that they were bought and made on Punk Hazard.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, they were bought, literally bought. So do they even know, like, where's their mentality? I'm really interested in seeing, like, what they do. Like, they're drunk, so I know nothing about their actual mentality right now. It's like, roar, 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 roar. And then
I'm going to assume they're like Kaido's children because of the fact that he kind of the kids on Punk Hazard were kids. So I'm assuming that it was those type of failed experiment, those kids like they ate all that candy on Punk Hazard.
I mean, it worked pretty well.
So did Yamato come from Punk Hazard?
I don't know. I mean, that'd be an interesting concept. Does Odin not know? Does Odin not know where?
Is she a test tube baby?
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I mean, Kaido's a big man. Like, some people like it, but I don't know. Maybe a lot of people are scared of Kaido. So,
well, we learned not to fuck Frankie's tank, or the numbers did at least. He fucked them up. He turned his laser and he was going to shoot at Big Mom right at them and knock one of them out.
Which means he possibly could have actually hurt Big Mom, but he had to go save some people. He would have
destroyed Big Mom's soul with that.
Yup, and then we could have had Nami getting that fruit, man. Still going to be about that.
Well, that's leading to one of the greatest throwbacks in all of One Piece. Docking time.
Oh, God, docking again. All right, continue.
I hope that they do docking and it wasn't just a throwaway gag and Robin actually joins them this time.
I mean, it doesn't have to be Robin. Nami's there, so she could do it.
Well, Robin refused to do it last time, so it would be amazing if she actually did it this time.
I would prefer if they get a actual mech, because like he had a lot of time. We could actually have a mech.
We could have Jinbei be the backpack. We could have Brook be his codpiece.
I mean, they could make it that everybody has their own mech, and then it's like Power Rangers. They just docking.
Brook can be his jockstrap to protect his steel balls. Luffy can be an extra 2 arms on his shoulders.
Yes, and then of course.
Then we can have Carrot come in and power up with electricity, because Carrot for Straw Hat 2020.
Yeah, we're really hoping it's by the end of the year, but
we'll see. Who knows where Wano will be by the end of the year?
Yeah, we don't even know if it's going to survive until I don't know. Will it even survive until December? No idea.
Well, next up, Queen finally does something other than just stand there.
Hey, Queen is Queen. Let Queen be Queen. All right.
Queen took out Zoro and Luffy in one freaking bite. That was nuts.
It was amazing. Funny thing is, he was just chilling. He's like, hey, stop that, basically. And then it's just like, okay, Broxy bites. Loved it.
Queen was like, hey, Zoro, you're like the third strongest member of the Straw Hats. Now you can fight me now instead of the second strongest. Zoro's like, nah, fam, I'm good. I'm going to go fight Kaido.
Yep. And it's like, okay.
Then
Not
Queen's
allowed.
like, nah, screw you, man.
You're going to stay down here, and you will be here.
You're going to follow the formula.
I don't want to do the formula. You'll do it anyway.
Zoro's like, but the formula says I fight this is our second strongest. Nah, you're not the second strongest anymore. You fight the third strongest now, homie.
Oh, man. And then we have this big question now. King's Valkyries.
Like, are they Valkyries? Like, he had like a whole army of winged people behind him. Is he like a Rouge? Is he from Skypiea? Is he from the Sky Islands? I forget what they're called. They're like, I was watching a teching video on it yesterday, but he mentioned a name. They did a video on a Rouge, but I don't remember what the freaking names are of the race.
I'm not sure either, but I will say, like, they could just put it the Valkyries, but King, it's basically his Air Force, and that's very useful. I mean, look, Kaido seems like just a drunk all the time, but it's either King figured that out or Kaido did, and I will give them good job. You have an Air
Big
Force.
Mom mentioned that King's a race that she doesn't have on Whole Cake Island. So if he was from Sky Islands, then like a Rouge is, then that would make sense why she would want him on her island.
Yeah, because she doesn't have that, does she?
So going forward, I'm definitely going to... Brickian, that's what they were called. I think I'm going to go forward with the prediction. I think that King is a Brickian.
Possibly. Alrighty. Now, you want to talk about the double spread?
Yeah.
About how amazing it was?
Queen throws Luffy and Zoro straight at his own crew, leading to one of the coolest double spreads I've ever seen in my life. The only thing that would make this double spread cooler is if Carrot was there.
Yeah, it would be better with Carrot there. But, I mean, it's still pretty awesome. I mean, like, look at this. I'm bringing it back up for him. Like, come on. Frankie, he's in, like, look at him.
He's in the Frankie Shogun.
Yes, he's awesome over there. Then we got, I mean, that itself is just, it's awesome just alone.
So I'm guessing next chapter
adds.
we're going to get the Straw Hats all together versus the Numbers and King and Queen.
Yeah, that's a good chance.
And potentially Big Mom, depending on how fast she gets up, because Robin messed her up.
Yeah, Big Mom, she's gone. Like,
we kind of glossed over that, but Robin literally threw Big Mom out of her own house.
Yeah, so basically, Jinbei flipped her, and then she went ahead, just kept it, so she keeps flipping and flipping and flipping, breaks through a wall, and it seems like she's going. So I don't know how far this is going, but this could possibly go all the way over to the ships area, like the shipyards. And
I doubt
that's depending where it's at. If Marco is over there right now, he might give it one more kick and then toss him in the water.
That's a good point. He might be where Sparrow and Marco are. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like that's a very dangerous thing because Marco's really powerful.
Yeah, he was Yonko Commander level last time we saw him in Marineford. It's been 2 years since then.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do? She doesn't have all of her, like, it looks like Zeus might be dead, so she can't fly right now. So if Marco wants to leave, he can fight and leave whenever he wants right now. He gets to fly.
The problem with that, though, is Sparrow is with Marco, and Sparrow is not going to betray Big Mom.
But here's the thing. Are you sure?
It'll be 2-on-1.
A lot of people have theories right now about saying that they might betray her because he's pretty old. He wants to be a king. Don't you want to be a king when you're 60? Or whatever age he is? He's getting pretty old.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting. I'm glad you brought that up because I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, I was waiting for this. So I knew you were going to mention it, and I was just waiting for that to show up.
We will have another chapter next week, September 13th. So we'll make sure that we cover that on the next week's episode. Sorry about last week. There was no One Piece chapter, and Isekai Alex wasn't available to record the podcast.
Way too busy.
I'll try to figure out something to put instead if he can't make it next time. I should have uploaded something, but I really didn't have any ideas of what to upload.
I'll be shooting him some random ideas. Now, a big thing that I do want to mention is that we are going to be getting him to read. He's going to be... He's the virgin here now because he's never gotten to the manga for either of these. The Rising of the Shield Hero, because somebody on comments went ahead and said something about that, and I loved it. So I definitely encourage that. So we are going to be getting the Rising of the Shield Hero and the Hidden Dungeon. Only I can enter. We do understand that there's coming into an anime, but I want to get him in on the manga with me because I've I have gotten it. These are both versions for him, and it's going to be amazing. I believe that was Rage and Redundant.
Shout out to you for the comment.
Yes, it helped me get them in
Comments
there.
like you guys help us every single week to figure out more content that you guys want to watch. So if anybody else wants to recommend us a series to read or watch, just let us know, and we would definitely get on that, because there's just more stuff that we can upload for you guys.
Yes.
All right, well, we're going to actually do something a little different here after this chapter. We're going to revisit this every single week after each chapter, obviously other than breaks. We're going to rank all the Straw Hats for us.
Alrighty, so
We have tier list maker up, and we've got the Yonko level as top level. Then we've got Yonko Commander level, which is the second tier. Warlord, Captain, and Crewmate. And this isn't by power, this is by who our favorite Straw Hats are. So if you have a problem with our opinion, go read my channel name and come back.
Yep, it's very important.
So we're going to start off with Brooke. So what we're going to do is we're going to both pick a tier that we think this character falls
Yonko.
in. And then we are going to basically do the average. Like if I think a character is Yonko and Isekai Alex thinks they're Warlord, then they'll go Commander level. We'll do the average the middle of it if we're disagreeing on something.
And if, for instance, somebody's at Commander and wants Yonko, then we're going to have to talk about it and figure it out to who is right. So
we're going to start off with Brooke.
Soul King?
Skeleton Soul King, who we just acknowledge as Big Mom as being a rival.
And that is perfect because he is a Yonkai. He's Yonkai level.
I normally would put him in Commander level or Warlord level, but after this week's chapter, I'm definitely going to put him on Yonko level.
There we go.
He's got a great 2 chapters so far. This ranking is going to go up and down depending on the chapters and how they're used.
So you guys should just go ahead and make a note here. Mark my words, this is probably one of the very few times that we actually agree right away with Soul King, but it's Soul King.
I think we can both agree also that Frankie deserves to be Yonko tier right now, too.
Yes, we'll give him up there. I'll be nice to put him up there.
He's stolen the show 2 chapters in a row now. I'm actually going to put him above Brooke, for having the balls to stand up to Big Mom.
Yeah, Soul King's been doing it, but I'll give you there. But next week, I'm putting him over
all right,
that.
Here's how we're... All right, let's stop agreeing for a second. Where are we going to put Zoro? Where would you put Zoro?
Zoro, I want to kind of put him...
instead of it being our favorite Straw Hats, let's just do a power ranking of where they are in the manga
power,
right now. How they're not like strength.
Well, favorite wise, I'm putting favorite wise and power. That's why
I'm not talking about like strength wise. I'm talking about like how are they being used in the manga right now?
Right now,
are they being used well or not at all?
Let's put him over towards Commander then, because he's being a douche.
Well, here's where we disagree. Because I was going to put Warlord because Zoro hasn't done for like 5 chapters.
Now I got a debate. All right.
And he got demoted down to having to get almost fighting Queen instead of fighting King, the second strongest.
Yeah, that is pretty funny on that.
Zoro is getting cucked right now in terms of character.
Yeah, but I mean, he's always just disappearing. But I mean, it's like they might have been fighting the whole time for all we know because it doesn't show us much.
Zoro's also my least favorite Straw Hats, to be fair. So I'm not really high on Zoro.
All right, I can agree with Warlord level because to be fair, he hasn't been doing much. He was just in a picture, talked a little, not like 2 sentences, and then boom, he's down there.
Sanji, I will say, is Commander level. Sanji's impressed me.
I'm gonna say Captain.
Captain?
I'm gonna pull him down to
Captain. This man's
Captain.
been fighting King, the second strongest member of Kaido's crew.
So he didn't choose. King attacked him
in his damn raid suit.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna
actually hold on. Okay, yeah. Oh, well, he's not in his raid suit anymore in this double raid.
He doesn't like it on. He doesn't.
That's weird.
Like it. He hated it.
I was just thinking that. I was like, I didn't notice.
He was talking crap about it. Like he hates how sturdy.
That's
sturdy it is. It's like how sturdy it is. He hated it, and he was actually complaining about that.
So
because he's complaining, I want to put him in Captain.
All right. Well, he goes over Zoro and Warlord then because we disagree, and I said Commander.
Fine.
All right, Luffy automatically
Yonkai.
He is a Yonko, so
Yonko.
It's kind of weird not to put him in there, and he's the main character.
And put him all the way over there.
You know what? He got kind of cucked by Queen.
No,
so
he's Yonkai. I might
be Commander level. We have to put somebody Commander level.
I mean, yeah, we'll have somebody. Jinbei is where I'm planning to put him up there later, but no, he is definitely Yonkai. He
didn't have the balls to fight Big Mom like Frankie did.
He was, but he's busy because he wants to fight Kaido. He's already fought Big Mom.
He wants to get fucked up by Kaido again.
Yeah, so he's Yonkai. He's got the balls to do it.
Well, he's going underneath of Frankie, but above.
Nope, not above Soul King. You were fighting pretty hard. We both agreed on them, so he's beyond both of them. Soul King for days.
All right, I'll put Robin. Robin goes Commander after what she did in this chapter.
I
wouldn't quite put her Yonko level yet.
I kind of want to put her Warlord.
She did more this chapter than Sanji and Zoro did.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Her and Jinbei. As much as I dislike Jinbei, they both took on a Yonko this week.
Yes, they both deserve Commander. Jeez, there's so many of these this time.
Now we've got Chopper.
Crewmate.
Yeah,
Crewmate.
Chopper really hasn't done anything this arc in general, let alone like this chapter.
Yes. Now, Usopp, I would put him.
I'd
Warlord?
say crewmate as well. He hasn't done anything yet. He did. He
Warlord.
did suggest docking time though.
Yes. So Warlord.
I was gonna say captain.
Okay.
He hasn't
okay.
actually done anything yet.
I can meet you down to your captain. I can meet down.
Nami, I'd also say captain.
Yes, definitely. I'd put her Warlord almost because you can see, like, if you go back to the actual.
Yeah, I think she's almost. I think she's almost warlord. Not
so
quite.
you look, she's still throwing her lightning right over there. It looks like so. She's still doing stuff even right now. She's about to throw some lightning.
We'll see what she does in the next chapter. Maybe she'll move up some tiers.
I want her up at Warlord.
So right now we've got in our top tier we've got Frankie, then Brook, then Luffy, followed by commander level, which was Robin and Jinbei.
That's a tie, by
Our
the by.
commander level. Then
It's
we've got
specifically because it's
warlord
tied.
level, which is Sanji and Zoro. Sanji's above Zoro because he actually fought. Captain level, I'm actually going to move Nami above Usopp because she's
Yeah, I
done
was
more.
about to say, she is about to be Warlord almost.
And then
so.
at the bottom of the list of our Straw Hats is Tony Chopper, who hasn't done anything this arc yet, and he really needs to step up and do something.
Yeah, well, I mean, nobody's hurt, so, I mean, what are we going to do about that?
Well, I mean, Luffy did get messed up by Kaido, but he didn't really have a chance to return to health.
Yeah, well, he's
And
got to heal
the thing
somebody.
is do we really need Chopper when we have Law?
Yeah, Law can get you done in like 3
Law's
seconds
kind of
or
like
less,
a
man.
better doctor than Chopper will ever be.
Yeah, I like the character, but it's just like, can we get Law over for the new Doctor? Because I like that Doctor.
All right, moving away from One Piece for now, we're going to have a weekly segment now. It's called our video game struggles this week.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk about what way we struggle when it comes to video games this week. For me, it's struggling between too many good games coming out at the same time. We've got the announcement of the Mario collection coming out this week, or not this week, but in the next couple weeks that I really want to get. We got the Avengers game coming out this week. We've got Crusader Kings coming out this week.
Yeah, I was actually kind of hoping that you would go ahead and buy that because then I could play it.
And then we've
'Cause I'm
got
broke.
Tony Hawk 1 and 2 Remaster coming out this week. And I'm sitting here broke as a joke, wanting one of these games at least.
Yes, with all my bills coming up, I can't do jack squat either. It sucks so bad.
You, sir, need to finish Danganronpa 2.
I'm working on
And
it.
then you can stream yourself playing Danganronpa 3 for our fans to watch.
When I get there, I will, but I'm waiting for Chelsea to get up there. When my girl gets up there.
Chelsea
it's
being
great.
his fiance.
Yeah, she's getting there. She's getting there slowly. I try to get her to play the game.
He literally got to the last chapter, last class trial, and he just decided, I'm going to sit here and not beat the game.
I want her to get to the second one, then I'm going to finish it, and then go to the third.
Well, you should
All right?
absolutely stream yourself playing the third game.
I will.
Because
I will.
people love Danganronpa and love watching streams of Danganronpa and people playing it for the first time.
See, but for that, then I'm going to need
You will
stable
I will be
internet.
a moderator to make sure nobody spoils you in the comments.
Well, the other thing is I'm going to need decent internet, so when I go to
You
my
come
next
over
apartment,
here
I'll get
on
internet.
Wednesdays. You come over here. You spend an hour playing Danganronpa on stream. I will be your moderator in the chat.
It's going to be very hectic because I have no idea what my next job will be with where my days off will be, what I can do things. So we will see.
We'll figure it out. So what has been your video game struggles this week?
My biggest one is the only time I've been playing Opwatch when I'm a beast with it, and I usually
He's talking about
carry
Smite,
the
by
whole
the way,
thing.
for those of you who don't know.
Smite is amazing. I played as
It
Opwatch once.
is a MOBA made by Hi-Res Studios where you play as different gods from mythology and such.
Yes, and well, you might be careful because some people actually use as real people's religion, like Hindu. It's actually a very big religion with
it's
it.
still
so,
mythology.
yeah, technically, for everybody that's not yours, then yes, it is.
If I
but
offend
fair
you,
enough.
then you need
Wrong
to go
opinion.
cry into some tissues and come back. You'll be all right.
All right, so I was playing as Opwatch, but each time I always have 2 assassins. Now, if you know about this, there's kind of a problem with that. 2 assassins, it's fine if you're in 5, but we were playing Joust. Now, Bradley over here,
Joust in Smite terms is when there's only one lane and it's 3-on-3.
You
There's
get
no other
jungles.
way. There's no other place to go except for the jungle.
yeah, that's the only way to actually beat them. You have to go down that lane. There's 3 people with your team. Now, when you have 2 assassins, it becomes a problem. And it gets very annoying. When I'm playing with him, it's like, okay, he's playing assassin, cool. I'm like, okay, I'm going to... And then I just wait for what they pick. I see 2 assassins, so I'm like, all right. So it's cool that the first ones gave up. Because they're like, I can't beat this Opwatch. I love it. Just really gets that ego and stokes it pretty good with my Opwatch skills. And then it was just... It was almost an hour of me just stopping them. And then they finally realized, yeah, I should probably just put only magic defense. And then we couldn't do it, and then they
So
actually
your
were able to
struggle
win.
this week was with bad teammates.
Yes. Well, one of my teammates was good, but he just wasn't listening when I'm telling him go kill these. Cough, cough. Loki.
Well,
Go level
I'm
up.
going to be playing and trying to get Isekai Alex to try Rogue Company this week. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's on Game Pass or not. I'll have to check. If it's not, then I'll have to buy him the game sometime. Well, moving on to our last two topics. We finally went back to the movies this week. We used to go to the movies like 2 or 3 times a week.
It was basically our house.
It was like our second home. We would always be in a movie theater watching some kind of movie, good or bad. And this week we went and saw The New Mutants.
Oh my goodness, it was amazing. Right from the beginning, I wanted to watch this before this virus hit, and then it's kind of delayed everything.
Yeah, the movie's been delayed, I think, 4 times since 2017.
Oh.
They've been trying to get this movie out because the Disney-Fox merger kind of messed everything up with the release date for it.
Yeah, and then the virus slows everything down, and loving AMC now though.
Yeah, I've got AMC A-list, so I can see 3 movies every single week, which is amazing because I went and saw 2 movies this week, and it felt amazing despite the fact that the movie theaters were kind of weird.
It's weird, but I'm kind of comfortable with it because, usually we have those random kids that are like screaming because they brought their kids and they didn't really make them take care of it. So it's like I can't hear jack squat. I might as well just put this. Like, can we get some freaking dialogue? Like, while the dialogues, can you just put the words up when it's being quiet because these kids are going to be loud? That's pretty much gone now. That's pretty much gone. I haven't had that problem
the
yet.
The theaters are very low capacity. But for those of you who don't know what New Mutants is, it is a Marvel horror movie made by 20th Century Fox before Disney bought them out. It is part of the X-Men universe, the Logan universe, to be more specific.
We have Arya in there. Very important.
Yeah, we've got Maisie. It stars Maisie Williams.
The New Mutants, I think it was a very amazing. Like, I was like, I love mutants in the mangas. I love it when I read it. But in the movies for X-Men, it just gets kind of tiresome because it's like all this world problems this, world problems that.
That's the whole
sometimes,
X-Men,
yeah, I understand, but
what
like
the X-Men universe is about world problems with superheroes.
Like the Runaway, there's other things that are smaller where it shows problems. I love it.
The cast is, we've got Anna Taylor-Joy as Magic, Maisie Williams. We've got Charlie Heaton from Stranger Things. He's playing the dude who can set himself on fire. I don't remember what his name was.
No, he wasn't the fire guy. He's the guy that
Oh yeah, he's the dude that can launch himself like a rocket.
Yeah,
That's
I think it's like a vibration
Blue
type
Hunt
thing.
plays. We can't really discuss her power without spoilers, but she's almost the main character of the movie. And
then we have Henry Zaga, Sunspot.
He's the guy that sets himself on fire.
Yeah, it even tells you his name right there, Sunspot.
And then the villain being Alice Braga. My favorite actors from this movie I really enjoyed Anna Taylor-Joy. She's always really good in the kind of like mean girl role, and she absolutely killed it as Magic. She was spot on from the comic books. I know Isekai Alex hasn't really read many X-Men comics, especially not New Mutants.
Not the new ones, but
if anybody's
small
recast from this movie to be in a new Marvel Cinematic Universe X-Men series, I want it to be Anna Taylor-Joy as Magic. She absolutely stole the movie for me.
All right, well, I mean,
anybody stick out in the cast for you that really?
Arya.
Maisie Williams.
Right away, man.
I enjoyed Maisie Williams' performance. My problem really was more the ending when she was like supposed to be afraid. She really like cheesed it up with her screaming and crying. It kind of bugged me.
Not really. She's trying to seem it was, but I think she knows she's not really scared.
The plot of the movie, the basic plot of the movie is these kids are these are mutants. They're locked up in this facility that looks like kind of like a hospital, and they're trying to figure out why they're there. Is this really a hospital? What is going on in this facility? As creepy things start to happen, and it's very, very good movie. I'd probably give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I'd give it about a 9. It was really good. I loved everything with it.
It's probably my 4th favorite X-Men movie. My favorites being X-Men 1 and 2, then Days of Future Past, and then this movie.
I don't think we want to wait for 20 minutes while Alex goes ahead and figures out what his favorites is.
Maybe we'll do that in the future episode. We'll do the MCU movies in a tier list or something.
Yeah, that'll be good. So,
and then briefly, I want to talk about, before we go, the movie Tenet. I went and saw that myself with my friend John. Alex wasn't with me because he was working.
As always.
But I do want to hype this movie up for him because I think he would really enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It is very confusing for the first half. There's a lot of talk about inversion and like being able to go forward and backwards in time. And the way Christopher Nolan does the visual style of this movie, I've never seen anything like it, and it's why I love Christopher Nolan. His movies sometimes are hit or miss with me. I think a lot of his movies are like overrated, but like Interstellar is one of my favorite movies of all time that he's made. This is probably my number 2 movie he's ever made. I don't think it's quite hit me in the feels like Interstellar did, but I do think this is a fantastic movie. My biggest problem with this movie, well, number one problem is I think a lot of people that turn their brain off when they go to see movies, they're going to hate this movie. This movie, if you turn your brain off for even a second, this movie's going to blow by you and you're not going to understand what's going on. I paid attention and I started only catching on about halfway through the movie when there's a particular scene that really explains what's going on if you're paying attention. But the biggest problem I've seen I've heard other people talk about this, the sound mixing in the movie is just, it's bad. It's really bad. There's so many scenes where you can't understand what the characters are saying because the music's too loud, the background noise is too loud. I really want to get this movie on Blu-ray and watch it with subtitles so that I can understand what the heck people were saying in the movie.
I mean, all you really have to do is just change the dials when you're doing it, or afterwards you can rechange the audio.
I think he does it on purpose though, because ever since The Dark Knight Rises, he's had this weird sound mixing where it's hard to hear what people are saying. Like Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, it almost sounded like he's speaking into a loudspeaker, but like a badly done loudspeaker.
But that's kind of a problem because, I mean, it makes it almost realistic sometimes. Because I hear that sometimes when I hear like
I think he's doing it for the realism, but for this movie, especially for a movie where you really have to pay attention to understand what's going on,
that's a problem. Then.
I think it's a big problem. But I do really want to try to get Alex to watch.
Well, let's be honest. If you're messing with time, you need to, like, if you're giving us information, you need to make that crisp because we need to know this.
Yeah, this
if I miss it, then I'm out for like half the movie, and it's like, okay, screw this. I'm gonna have to Google this while waiting so I can figure out what's going on.
This movie is definitely one of those kinds of movies where you definitely should not have done his sound mixing thing. You haven't seen Interstellar, have you?
Interstellar? No, but there is something I did want to mention specifically. On the trailer, it's a time when they're by these trains. When you see the people are about to die, that's actually it's either just a...
You talking about the Tenet trailer?
Yeah, for the Tenet. It's when where these people they were about to get shot and killed. Well,
yeah, that I can't really say anything about that train scene because it's spoilery.
Yeah, I figured you can't. Now, do you want to be like, all right, so do you want to do no spoilers at all for New Mutants, or? I mean, we can mention things that we enjoyed about this or that.
We can give a spoiler warning. Yeah, let's do a spoiler talk. We can do a spoiler talk. Spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't seen New Mutants or cares.
Yeah,
we're gonna start talking spoilers from this point on.
New Mutants for that because he can't spoil for me.
I'm not gonna spoil Tenet.
Yeah, I'd have to leave, and if he spoils it, I'm gonna be mad.
So, what was your favorite scene from New Mutants?
Well, I mean, first off, I kind of hated the magic. that's her. With hers,
Anna Taylor-Joy is very good at playing the mean girl.
Yeah, and obviously she did good. I did not like her right away, but then later I actually become liking when she was fighting that bear, or when she was fighting her past.
Magic is a badass in the comics, and she brought out that badassness in the movie.
And it's also, and honestly kind of made me empathize for her, because like, what's the more backstory of this character? Like,
well, we saw glimpses of it with this creepy clown people.
Yeah, but it's like, is it that, or is it something else? Like, there's so many different things that could put in there.
For those of you who don't care about spoilers and are still listening, I haven't seen the movie, that we get a flashback, or kind of a flashback, because it turns out the main character's power that she can't control is that she can bring out your darkest fear, your biggest secret. And Anna Taylor-Joy's character, Magic, we see her as a little girl, and it's almost like it looks like she got kidnapped. And there's these people with these creepy masks on that are like stalking her and like almost like laying on top of her. It's really creepy. And like obviously, like this movie deals with a lot of trauma. Each and every character gets really good development, and we see what kind of trauma they've went through in their life. And that was hers, and we understand why she acts the way she does, because she's afraid to get close to people because she was tortured by these creepy masked people.
See, this is why, for me, where I love it so much, is because for Mutants, I love where it's putting in that humanity aspect. Like, I get that you have some, but this is very humanity into these mutants, because not mutants is just like, oh, you don't have feelings, you don't have this, you don't have that. And some of these characters, you can say, these don't. Like, straight up, in some of the other movies, you'll say, like, nope, they don't have, it seems like they don't have humanity in it at all. But these, every single mutant here has that in there, and I love it. Because of that, like he was Sam Guthrie. Am I saying that right? I'm not sure.
Just say Charlie Heaton.
Charlie
People know who he
Heaton.
is.
His acting was amazing.
Yeah, he played in a fantastic country boy in this movie. I know so
And-
many people in
oh
real
my
life that
goodness.
act exactly like him.
Yeah, and he did it perfect. I loved it. Like honestly, good job. That was amazing. I'm expecting for more now lately because like that's amazing. I hope we get a second movie of this later, but that's amazing. You did great. And then it's like it's eventually going to be what did they do for it? Like his was specifically that he kind of killed his dad and
He killed a
I
bunch
think
of people
all
in
of his
the
crew.
mine.
Was it all of his crew? I think it
Yeah,
was.
he killed all the crew members when he went off and he took off like a rocket in the mine by accident.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like, if you've noticed, he has this like this vibrating thing too. If you have that going on when you're having a pickaxe and you hit something, just imagine how much more power he's coming. Just one hit, they can't get out now.
Yeah, I really appreciated
That's
how much
just
character
things I
development
think.
each character got in this movie. Like each and every character got some kind of development for them to where I cared about each and every member of the cast.
Even Cecilia Reyes, she had that even in there, even though that we needed to just to see why we have to kill
I
her.
didn't really care for the villain in this movie. That's one of the reasons they got lost points for me. She was all right. She wasn't anything super special for me. She was all right. She was good at the beginning, but then when she went full villain, she kind of fell off with me. I will say, shout out to this movie for finally having a proper gay relationship in a movie. There's so many movies get it wrong where they try to force it down your throat that like, yo, if you don't accept gay relationships, you're a bad person. It's like people should know that by now. That you shouldn't have to force it down our throat. The message.
I have a cousin that would literally smack
This was
mouth
a romance between two people of the same sex that was done properly because it wasn't shoved in your face.
Yeah, I mean, like, a
It happened
relationship is a
naturally.
relationship. It happens. Like, my cousin, he would literally, he's bi, I believe, and you know what? He doesn't just force it on somebody, but if they are, it naturally develops, and that's fine. That's fine. That's how they do it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not going to, like,
the
not hating on it,
chemistry.
nothing about it.
The chemistry between Blue Hunt and Maisie Williams was fantastic.
Yes,
They
it was
were
done
fantastic
phenomenal.
together.
Yes, I just love how it was natural. That's actually what happens in the world right now, where you'll see.
You could
And that's fine.
sense the chemistry. You could feel it in their first scene together.
Yes, it was done great. I love it. Like a lot of ones, you'll see that it seems like everything's forced, and it's just like
Yeah,
yeesh.
a lot of most movies I've seen that have a gay relationship, it's kind of forced. It feels like it's ham-fisted in there, and not a natural part of the story.
And I understand like a lot of people will be mad about that, but it's like, and some people are just happy because it's being done that way. But it's like, wouldn't you prefer that it's actually realistic? That's better.
It's a shame that this probably not going to ever get a sequel because of the whole Disney Fox merger. But if you had to pick one person to get recast in the MCU out of these actors, who would it be?
Of one person
That
I
that
can
will
pick
come back as that character in the MCU.
at some point, Charlie Heaton.
You think Charlie Heaton?
Yeah, he could do a lot.
He's got an interesting power, that's for
It's
sure.
very interesting. I like him. I mean, Sunspot. I feel like he would be not in the movie.
He had a lot of
He could be in a
charisma.
TV show.
Yeah, I
TV
think
show
it'd be
could be
interesting
useful.
if they cast him in a TV show rather than a movie.
Yeah,
But
for,
I-
if
I've
it's
want-
that same power specifically.
I
He could have any
said
other
this
one.
earlier, but Anna Taylor-Joy, I definitely want to come back as Magic in some kind of form or way. She played the character. She was like the Iron Man Tony Stark thing with Robert Downey Jr. She was the character in this movie. He has never read the comics, so he doesn't know what I'm talking about. But Magic in the comics acts exactly like she does in the movie, and she did an absolutely A+ job on that character.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. That would honestly be my second one
She also had the coolest
because that's
power.
a powerful that can use at like what level. You can use that in. You can put that into movie level, or you could put it into TV show levels, and I'm cool with that. Both of those, because honestly, sometimes I really like these movies. Like with, and that's the biggest problem for me is like I love the mutants in the TV shows. If you check them now, you will realize like, wow, this is a lot of humanity. This is a lot of problems, and like first thing you think about mutants, we're gonna be terrified of it.
That's what Magneto wants you to feel.
Yeah, that's what he wants. And X-Men, they want you to feel safe with it. Like, it's okay to just be friends. Which, I'd be cool. I'd be friends with plenty of them. I'd probably be hated and probably get jumped for it, but I would be friends with them. Especially with some of the powers would be nice. It's like, yo, could you move that light up a little? It's kind of blinding me. It's like, sure, I got you.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
Hopefully, we'll be able to see another movie this week and be able to talk about it. If not, maybe if we watch, we have movie nights at my house, so if we watch a movie for movie night at some point this week, then we'll talk about a movie we watched then. But
Yeah, I mean-
that's gonna do it for this episode of the Wrong Opinion Podcast. Let us know if you want us to cover anything else in the future in terms of content on this channel.
All right. And for the isekai that we will be doing, so let me just bring up our list. So ones I have so far is the Rising of the Shield Hero and the Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. I mean, I don't know how many chapters we're going to pull up in there because we're going to try to build this up to at least like 30 minutes or so.
And it doesn't even have to be just isekai. It could be anything.
So it could be anything.
It could be an anime. It could be a movie. It could be a isekai. It could be a video game you want us to try. Just let us know in the comments, and we'll do whatever content you guys want to see. That's the kind of content we're going to put out.
Yeah, and we will also, once I get stable internet, I'm actually going to be pulling in just games I'm playing. You're going to have, like, I think it's going to, unless I have to change it, right now it's going to be Axel Ragefire, and I'm going to be twitching that, and then we're going to bring that into here once I get stable internet. Yeah, it's kind of hard when you're pretty far away from the road. Alrighty, so you guys have an amazing night, and go ahead and take it on out.
Well, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.